Okay, this is next update. I got the top shelf back in, and I am going to be getting this all glued and figured out. I got quite a few small things done. So this took about 6 hours, and this is a water slide is what it is. It's 3D printed, and there's like a stairway and a pool to go underneath that I'll print later. But I don't know if it's gonna go here, but just kind of maybe put the water slide there. It makes sense beside the campground. So once I figure out what I'm doing there, I'll put this track back in, which coincides with this top level. In the last video I explained that I took the top level off, cleaned the whole bottom. I've got them labeled now, and this middle level is working flawlessly. So I got this track all cleaned out on the main lines. I still got to do a little bit more in the middle, and then I did some static grass here. I've got a little bit more to do. This is going to be where that station's going. Kind of a joke, I put some Lego cactuses there. I've got a buffalo that's been completely sheared in half, and I painted him like a steak. I don't know, I have a weird sense of humor. And then I've got a whole bunch more static grass and more grass tufts on here. I got static grass around the bolts and these little sheds that hide them. And there's another one right here. I've got some cactuses and all kinds of different stuff. I want to see if I can find some of those to print because I need more. Over here, I glued down these 3D printed tents on top of my other buses. I can't get the bus to print properly, but I just glued them to some other ones that I had painted. So I painted the one and the other, and then glued the campers on. And then I planted some of my homemade trees, and I tried a different method for making waterfall. This is kind of something that I like how it turned out. Basically the top layer is alcohol, water, and a teal kind of paint in a wash, and then under that is a bunch of layers of Mod Podge, and I put white glitter for underneath the waterfall, so it's kind of clear, and it's kind of, the white glitter didn't really show up, but I just basically poured it down here. I glued a mountain lion up there. I have another Sasquatch that I mounted, and I have a Triceratops. Oh man, there we go, hidden in the background. So just kind of making a little detailed scene. I had a lot of fun with it. Put some stumps and some of the more of the grass tufts in here, some real rocks that I hid. Two you can't see, but the one turned out good. And some of the pine trees in the background. So I do need to get some more trees or make some more. I want to figure out that part next. So that's what's done here. I don't know, well, I do know. One of these I picked up before. They're on clearance now. They're a really small monster truck. Like if you compare to that actual Classic Metalworks station wagon. So I got the other two types, and they have kind of a articulation on them. They actually move around. So I wouldn't mind picking up some more for the wheels actually. So I just wanted to show them. This is a work in progress. It's one of the first attempts on a logging truck. Didn't come out perfectly. I didn't have enough filament, but I'm thinking that there's going to be a road back here. I'm going to be working on this scene pretty soon. I glued one of my grizzlies here with a fallen log, so that's something that's different. And over here, I 3D printed a flying saucer, painted it silver, got some fishing line, and I hot glued it so that it's actually flying. So I think it turned out awesome over top of the nuclear plant. So I'm gonna do I've got another one printing right now, so I want at least a couple of them flying here. These are some of the fire trucks, and I'll have to refill the parking lot after vacuuming the layout. This is a rock crusher that I 3D printed, and I put and glued rocks in, and I took a piece of Scotch tape and put some rocks on there too, so not too shabby. You know, these things aren't super detailed, but good enough for me from my vantage point for N-Scale. Okay, so now over here. This scene I'd kind of stopped, wasn't happy with it. The coal power plant, don't you worry, it's going back in. I just got it off so it didn't get messy with plaster. I have to find my black caulking again so that I can get this light that's coming out the bottom fixed. But I got a USB hub, that's all I was missing. And I don't have a light in here, but I put a light in the station. It's kind of hard to tell right now with the big lights on. And I put lights in these 3 houses. So I'm gonna make, I scraped off a whole bunch of excess, and then I'm gonna make a kind of a road here, and I'll put some extra houses. And I actually wanna have, it's called a company mine house. So I'm gonna put some more and extend the street, and then maybe have some out here. So I pulled all the grass tufts. I was never happy if you watch the other videos. This part can be repainted, but I pulled as many grass tufts off as I could, plaster clothed on top. Now I'm happy with it. I can see the shape, and I've got this built out a little bit more with foam. I'm gonna do a little bit more. This bridge does work perfectly for it, but in here, there wasn't plaster cloth, so kind of got ahead of myself. And then I simplified, I took out the switch, and it's just gonna run by it. So anyway, get back to that in another video, but that's the majority. I think I forgot one thing over here. These are the 5 houses I printed and painted. So I changed out the little houses for over in what I call the ghost town, and I put these here. So they're not perfect, but it works for me too. I don't know exactly if this is going to be how they're lined up, but we'll see. There's, like I said in another video, there's going to be a road there, and I got to figure out what other buildings I would do with it, or if I would line them up right here instead of this way. I had them a couple different ways. This way I like the best so far. So, all right, I'll leave it at that. We're got lots of things on the go, and we'll talk to you soon.